I'm going to make a confession to you of a trap. A tall, huge young man entered the office. And for the sake of this recording, I'll call his name John. Gulder, trophy, Starliger beer, all kinds of drinks. That table. Hello there again, friends. Let me welcome you heartily to this next recording in our story series. In this particular video, I am going to make a confession to you of a trap I nearly fell into, and the grace of God saw me through. When we were called to the bar, we were immediately handed our letters of posting for National Youth Service. I was posted to Yola State. But there was a gap of 2 months from the time of our call to the bar and when the camp would start. So I went back to Kaduna to stay for a while before traveling on to Yola. Now, I went to the office of Barrister Chuka Asika, the younger brother of the former administrator of the East Central State. He was practicing in Kaduna. So I just wanted to gain some experience. So I was following him to court and things like that. One day, when we were in the office, a tall, huge young man entered the office. And for the sake of this recording, I'll call his name John. John is a client of Asika, and he happened to be working in Yola where I was headed. So Asika told John, "This is my lawyer. He's going to serve as a copper in Yola. Make sure you take good care of him. I'm handing him over to you now. Make sure you look after him for me." So, John and I shook hands, and he welcomed me warmly and told me that he'd be on the lookout for me, and that he will even check on me, at the camp to make sure that I arrived safely. So, after 2 months, I traveled to Yola, and yes, truly, while we were in the camp, John came to look for me and welcomed me to Yola. Then he introduced himself to me that he was working as a consultant on an agricultural project for a particular company in Adamawa State. Now, after our camp, after we left the camp, and then we would go to some of his projects. I never saw the rural part of Adamawa State. So I found that during the rainy season, a beautiful, beautiful sight to see. Greenery everywhere, a lot of farming, a lot of cultivation. I love to see the sights. Eating roasted corn and things like that on the way, made the journeys memorable for me. So John was very friendly to me. One day, he said that himself and his wife had decided to welcome me formally to Yola. And he set a particular date for it. So John came on that particular day and he picked me. When we arrived in his house, the table was already set. Every possible drink was on that table. All kinds of wines, Gulder, trophy, Starliger beer, all kinds of drinks on that table. Wait a minute. What have I walked into? This is 1982, September 1982. 7 years ago, 1975, I handed over my life to Jesus. One drop of beer, no. One stick of cigarette, no. Nothing like that. Now, it was because of me this table is set. Me alone. John, his wife, and his children. People, was I going to pick race and just run? Oh, by this time, I already knew that I should run away from every appearance of evil. But that would not make a good guest of me. When the time was set for us to sit at the table, I had a choice to make. Either compromise, open a bottle of beer, please John, or stand by Jesus. When John said, "Which one do I open for you?" I was in a quandary. What am I going to say? Look at the wife, look at the children. All this was put together for me. I took a deep breath. And I said, John, I stopped drinking in 1975. Up until 1975, yes. But since December 1975, no, I stopped drinking. And John's face fell. John was terribly disappointed in me. You can imagine what happened in the rest of the dinner. I didn't have appetite for anything more. Neither did John have appetite to discuss anything with me. Whatever I ate, whatever went on was in total silence. Wife didn't talk to me. Nobody said anything to me. I just ate whatever I wanted. When the time was up and I decided to leave, silently, quietly, John took me in his car back to my flat. That was the last time I ever saw John with my eyes till today. Not one word, not one visit. It was later on that people who knew the circle of the big boys in Yola told me that what John had in mind for me to do for him was that I should become a pimp, a link between him and the female coppers. That every weekend or frequently be organizing parties, and I would be the one to bring girls to the parties. Now, as a child of God, secretary to the NCCF in Yola, go and compromise myself. God gave me the courage. I took a stand for Jesus. I decided not to fall into the trap of the devil, seeking to please any human being. God gave me the grace, I stood my ground. And today, I'm a free man. I have lost my salvation on that occasion. I'm falling back into sin again. But God delivered me. You, be resolute in your decision to follow Jesus. In the videos, there are free ebooks. You read them, the power of God will change your life. Please do not forget to subscribe to this channel. Thank you very much. Please, if you want to hand over your life to Jesus, and you want to see the power of God touch your life, look for the video, The Challenge. It is there. Watch it. Just pray that prayer with me, and God will change your life.